You were very outspoken about the killing of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. What was your reaction when you first heard about that?
Man, I just thought it was catastrophic. I felt that it was an extreme tragedy and extremely unfortunate. I mean, for the nation, of course, for the Brown family, our hearts, prayers, and condolences go out to them. But for the nation to go through that again so soon after Trayvon Martin, and just America was already very tense as it pertained to race relations and young black men and how they're treated in America by authoritative figures. And
you said it was more classism than racism, right?
It is. I believe that I think that there are places where both approaches exist. For some, it's a race issue. For some, it's a social status, an economic issue. For some, it's an age issue, a generational issue. And I think that everybody is kind of closed-minded and expects for other people in the world to be as they are.
I've never understood racism.
Me neither.
It makes no sense to me. As a young black man in Atlanta, were you treated unfairly by law enforcement?
I mean,
Did they stop you for no reason?
Of course. I mean, on one hand, of course, you can say that people are profiled and that you have an abuse of authority. But then on the other hand, I lived in an area where it was high drug trafficking, and it was just it was infested with with crime. So, I mean, the best way to get a handle on things is to try and catch it before it happens. But most times they're wrong.
Now, according to your Instagram, Vlad, I want to get this right, you didn't agree with the way the action the protesters took, right?
Well, I won't say the protesters. I will say there were isolated, I guess, people with their own personal agendas that came and interfered with the protesting, and I didn't agree with that approach.
And Darren Wilson, the police officer who shot and killed Brown, they're going to find out his fate next month. If he's not indicted, what do you say to the people of Ferguson if he's not indicted?
Man, I mean, I feel that there is definitely a due process that must take place, I think, for the Constitution to be upheld. I mean, I can't even imagine that. I would be speechless at that point.
There seemed to be no reason why he had to be shot.
Absolutely not. I don't see an excuse that someone who took an oath to uphold, protect, serve the people of the community, what possible reason you could have to open fire and kill, not just wound, but kill an unarmed young man. Well, there's no excuse. Now, for a human being, let's say for me, I'm a citizen. If another citizen makes me feel threatened to the point where I feel like excessive force or lethal force, that's one thing, because I haven't been trained. I didn't take an oath. My criteria, the expectations for me are not the same.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now, Monday through Thursday, on demand on Hulu and Aura.tv.